I am Olorogu. Olorogu Dr. Charles Apoki. How many times have I rejected the chieftaincy titles? And to be made a bishop, I've rejected severally. I am Dr. Charles Apoki. If you don't like me, bust you. I know the normal. We are doing a study called Kwamology. Kwamology is the study of disruptive behavior in a business place, social space, by people, clients in particular, who feel deprived of their rights, feel or are grieved by the way the rules are applied by owners of such organizations or by the operators of such services. Is called Kwamology. The person who displayed that trait is called a Kwamologist. And we have been doing an analysis of Kwamology in the aviation industry. And to this class this morning, or is it afternoon? This morning is Kwamology 002. I wish say, as I be analyzed like Don Azza, is Kwamology 0, that guy is good, is Kwamology 002. Kwamology 002, a passenger in an airline had a flask that he wanted to board an airline with, a plane with, from Abuja to Lagos. He was told that he could not board with that flask, and he was angry, and it is said, alleged, that he poured part of the content on the captain of the flight, a lady. And it is said that that content was alcohol. But he said it was water. We shall come to water. He subsequently tried to prevent the plane from taking off, either by standing in front or at the wings. He was very lucky that it is not a big jet engine, could have sucked him in and he will turn to corned beef. Now, let's take these things gradually. If you have a flask that contains water that you must drink regularly, because somebody was defending Kwamologist 002 that he sweats a lot and is usually dehydrated. Kwamologist 002, being a musical star, a celebrity, must have booked first class, business class, not talakawas like us. That Kenneth Copeland does not like. It's like entering a tunnel with demons. Now, who they call demons? Kenneth Copeland. Now, head no correct. Kenneth Copeland, human beings now demons because you want private jet and they collect their offering. And so, not like talakawas like us who stay in the economy class. They usually close that curtain so that we won't have long throat on over what they serve you people. They have flown first class severally, and the difference is clear. If you are there and you are thirsty, water, refined water, bottled water with good brands are regularly served in planes. You can demand for water as frequently as possible. You can explain to the air hostess that you need water by your side that you will be sipping. And so the water issue does not hold ground. Number 2, the flight from Abuja is maximum 1.5 hours. So you will not die if you don't sip that your spiritual water within 1.5 hours. After all, the time you spent there at the foot of the plane, you did not sip that water. After all, you poured that water on people. Maybe another miracle of turning water to wine has taken place again. As he has done it again. There was one smuggler that dressed like a priest. He tied bottles of wine around his waist. That time, alcohol was not allowed to be taken through the borders. And when they asked him, what was that? He said, it's water, holy water. When they opened it, they tasted it, and it was wine. He said, he has done it again. He has done it again. He has turned water to wine. Maybe Kwamologist 2. Water was turned to wine on the body of the captain. He was even called, or he called the owner of the airline. They appealed to him. He did not listen. He did not listen. He did not listen. And the pilots moved the plane and they dragged him away. I said that the pilot was not supposed to move that plane. Somebody said that the safety of the passengers on board, and that there was an allocated time, there was an amount of fuel allocated to the pilot to use to fly and all that. Simple reason. If there was a cow, Malu, crossing the front of the plane or standing in front of the plane, will the pilot move the plane and hit the cow? What if there was a car passing in front of the plane or broke down? Will the pilot move the plane? The safety of Kwamologist 2 is as important as the safety of the passengers in the plane and the maintenance of the integrity of that plane. That pilot is the daughter of a big man, and it was a clash of big man versus big man Peking. Do you know who I am? It was a clash of do you know who I am? And there was recklessness on the part of the pilot, recklessness on the part of Kwamologist 2. However, Kwamologist 2 was given a 6-month ban. 6-month ban. Remember that. Because when we talk about Kwamologist 3, we would make reference to this. Kwamologist 1 had nothing done to him. He should have been sanctioned for closing the entrance to a national airport terminal. He should have. He should have been sanctioned for climbing the counter, going behind the counter, and disrupting the operations of a registered private business. None of that happened because Nigerian laws only favor the rich. If you are a Muslim and the Muslim Rights Association, whatever, Sharia should be extended to the southern states. Has Sharia been applied to somebody who stole 80-point-something billion of public funds? Has Sharia been applied to those who stole large sums of money in the current Sharia states? If a small kidnapper is arrested in Anambra State, they will go there, break his house, maybe break his leg, display him on television. When a bandit in Zamfara State receives visitors from clergymen, from politicians, appealing to him to peacefully negotiate, the rules change. The rules change. When Biafran agitators are arrested, they are imprisoned or even deleted. But when you arrest a northern bandit, you rehabilitate him and make him part of the Nigerian army. And then they become the informants that give information to their fellow bandits and jeopardize the efforts of the military and compromise the security of our military. That's how the criminal justice system, Dele Farotimi, the criminal justice system of Nigeria is skewed in the favor of those who are more corrupt, those who are more criminally minded. Oh, when somebody carries grenades and carries grenade launchers and threatens to shoot helicopter down, you make him a traditional ruler. When somebody is agitating, you give him a big contract. In Nigeria, before you do anything, make sure you are big. Make sure you are big. And make sure you come from certain parts of the country. If a northern politician vomits nonsense on television, calling for war, calling for destruction of this, calling Tinubu names, nothing happens. Let a southern minority, let an Igbo man say it, the whole country will erupt. If that pilot were to be an Igbo girl, hey, her life will have been finished. If Kwamologist 2 were to be an Igbo man, hey, or an Urobo man, Geriyo, he will have. But when you come from certain parts of this country and you belong to certain political parties and you have a certain clout, they will even apologize to you when you are wrong. Somebody was saying that Kwamologists 2 should be pardoned. Yes, why would you not say that when during the 2023 elections you were issuing directives against people not to vote, not to come out to vote? Your boys were in the streets of Lagos, traumatizing people who came to vote from overseas, carrying ballot boxes. You disrupted the elections during the presidential election in Lagos, in what's this place now, where word-based assembly is. I can't remember it, where you have mega chicken in that roundabout. You can lead there to Festa. It's escaping my mind. When your boys were brutalizing people, when some of your traditional rulers were saying that a particular tribe should not come out to vote, you were rewarded with an office. When you were injured, you were rewarded by flying to America for treatment. Why won't you say Kwamologists too should be forgiven? It's because some of you think that you are superior breeds in this country. Some of you, not the educated among these tribes. Those of you who have half-baked education, who are agberos, because Kwamologists too thought he was in Ojuelegba bus stop, Ojuelegba roundabout, or he was in mile 2 collecting tickets. Stood in front of a plane. That's terrorism. And they are now investigating. I'm seeing videos of Kwamologists too all over the place. All over the place. We must not have selective justice in this country. Number 2, people must not feel bigger than the law. Number 3, stop giving excuses for your misbehavior. Number 4, airline management and staff should be better trained on how to handle these people. The flask was not the issue. Kwamologists too, pour that liquid away or drink it if you are to board the flight. If you are to board the flight. Kwamologists too, another alternative, if you board this flight, cork your fluid, give it to the air hostess to store for you. There are many alternatives for diffusing this tension. What is good for Kwamologist 1? What is good for Kwamologist 2 is also good for Kwamologist 3. I remain your friend, Dr. Charles Apoki.